Hello! Welcome to Titan Rose Wonders, where we will use tarot to ponder our life's journey and that of others. Please let me know what you like about this video, what resonates with you in the comments below, and I hope you enjoy this reading. Alright, today it seems like what's pretty obvious. I didn't think it was going to be this obvious, but it seems like everyone is wondering about the holiday season. It's what's on everyone's mind right now, one way or another. We have, with the King of Cups, the Six of Swords, and the Four of Wands, it's really about the spirit of the season is what I'm getting, because it's talking about compassion, balance, transition, moving forward, and celebration and home. So I think everyone is preparing for the holiday season. Obviously, we're in the middle of December right now. Not only wrapping up this holiday season, looking forward to being with family and friends, but looking forward to the new year is what all this is giving. So this whole season through the new year is what we'll be looking at today for everyone watching. All right, group number 1. What is it you need guidance on for this holiday season? Or what is it that you need to know? What message will help you the most during this holiday season? Okay. Ooh. So group number 1, with you guys thinking about the worst case scenario, trying to prevent it, worrying about it, I see with the Hanged Man sacrifices being made, sacrificing your emotional fulfillment, maybe even your well-being, but particularly your fulfillment. You're making sacrifices to give to others, to give yourself to others, to put your energy into what you can give others, to manifest what you're looking for this holiday season, to have that outcome, that best outcome. Peace this holiday season, your ideal holiday season. It's looking like you may not be seeing the whole picture here with this blindfolded woman holding these 2 swords. You're trying to make these choices, these 2 choices, but you may not be seeing everything clearly. Your worries about this calamity or the worst case scenario might be clouding your judgment in order to have a peaceful holiday season, that ideal holiday season that you're looking for. So it'll take you some introspection, some self-reflection here. Looks like this man in the Page of Pentacles, he's staring into this pentacle. To me, it's kind of giving hand mirror, the way that he's holding it and looking into it. So to achieve this outcome, this best case scenario for your holidays, it's looking like it'll do you some good to look within yourself, take that blindfold off, take a step back, try to let go of some of these worries here, and make your decisions based on your own feelings, your fulfillment, your intuition, rather than what could happen, what might happen, rather than sacrificing too much of yourself. If you run yourself ragged, I don't imagine the rest of your family would feel great witnessing that, knowing that you're sacrificing so much, maybe pushing yourself too hard to make them happy. I don't think that is the way to make them happy and to have a good holiday season. So with that self-reflection, let's see what you can do to help achieve your goals this season. The Chariot, the Seven of Cups, and which one is this one? Six of Pentacles. Interesting. Okay. Okay. So, how are you going to avoid this worst case scenario? How are you achieving your ideal holiday this season? This picture perfect moment you have in your mind, transitioning through this holiday season. How are you going to achieve it? So with the Chariot, the Seven of Cups, and the Six of Pentacles, so it looks like you're picking a direction, you're making a choice, you are having forward progress with one of these decisions here. So earlier it looked like you have two decisions to make. And with the Seven of Cups coming out, it looks like there are many variables here, but I'm also thinking you have a lot of skills to work with within yourself. You have a lot of capabilities. And the Six of Pentacles looks like generosity, bringing people together. It seems like part of your ideal holiday is being very giving, is creating this joyous atmosphere with your family. So you're using what you already have at your disposal to create that generous spirit and atmosphere for your holidays. And that is how you're going to make progress and move forward. For your ideal holiday, for your own peace and fulfillment this season, not just everybody else's. There is emphasis on giving. It's clear that part of what fills your cup is to give to others, is to help your family feel fulfilled and cherished through gifts, because that came up earlier with the Six of Cups. There's this emphasis on giving, which I think the holiday season in general really emphasizes giving gifts. But remember, you don't have to just buy a whole bunch of things, spend a lot of money to give to your family. You can create experiences. I think that's also what the Seven of Cups is talking about. There are many different ways to be generous this season, and to help everyone and yourself enjoy the holidays. So it looks like maybe you're not just looking at what you can give, but what everyone coming together are capable of. You could be sharing experiences, building an experience based on what everyone is good at, what all their skills together bring to the table. Maybe someone's great at baking, someone's great at decorating. Other people, maybe they're good, they have entertainment in mind, maybe they're good singers, maybe they play the piano. Maybe, you're gonna create a whole bunch of experience with these things and have some movies involved. And giving of your time to everybody in these different ways, with everyone included, I think is a great way to achieve that typical holiday season you're looking for. Another thing that's coming to mind here with the Seven of Cups is not just the choices here. There's many things you're looking at, but this has a very dreamlike quality to it, right? It could talk about daydreaming. So it could be as easy as you will make progress towards your happy holidays, your ideal happy holiday season, by following your ambition, your daydreams. You already have this goal in mind, this end goal. But worrying about what can go wrong could be hindering you from reaching that, or preventing you from enjoying the moment now and preparing for the holidays even. That could be fun. Getting ready to have everyone over, to spend time with loved ones. So you could be more just focusing on following your desires this season in how you want to give to your family, give to your loved ones. Just focusing on what you'd like to do together, what you are looking for, how you would like to spend the time with your loved ones. So looking at the brighter side here, looking at what you're looking for rather than what could happen, what might go wrong. You don't need to prepare for all of that. I mean, it's good to consider things that might come up, but it seems like you're getting really stuck on that. So keep looking back to what you're trying to achieve, what really matters to you this season, what really you want to be able to do and experience this season with your loved ones, with your family, going into the next year, this new year. These things that you want to accomplish, these dreams that you have, that is what's going to help you make progress for what it is you're wanting to get from this season. What it is you're wanting to give, really, because that's a huge theme. So make an event of it. Focus more on the time together, what everyone wants, maybe. It doesn't have to be all about, you don't have to put so much emphasis on what you can do, on how you are going to make this work. But really, it's a group effort with everyone involved. Well, what they want, what you want, how everyone can come together and make it all work. Everybody involved. Don't put so much pressure on yourself, is what I'm seeing for this reading. Remember, for this holiday season, when it comes to giving, you're also receiving. So it's everybody, it's a group effort. It's really about spending time together, learning to accept and receive as well as give, to really balance out the season, to really enjoy everything. Now for this last part of this reading, because the whole holiday season includes going into the new year and the New Year celebrations, we have the High Priestess, the Three of Cups, the Five of Swords, and the Queen of Swords. It looks like your intuition, your friendships or connections, your ups and downs from this last year going into the new year will help bring you clarity moving forward. Or perhaps there's clarity in those ups and downs, those wins and losses. What went well, what went as expected, what maybe didn't go as expected, and really the friendships, the good times that came out of it. That's what's clear to you at the end of this season going into the new year. And really moving forward, you're taking the lessons learned, the good and the bad, moving forward. And it seems like you have a clear path ahead, or you will. You're relying on your friends and your own intuition. Perhaps there's a celebration, a toast, like the New Year celebration, the end of the night there, midnight. Bringing you that clarity that you were looking for at the end of the season. Looking back, to me, this Five of Swords looks more victorious. So perhaps, you had more wins, I guess, more expectations met at the end of the season, or just focusing on the good and the friendships and the good times, and that'll bring you clarity going into that new year. All right, well, I'm pretty sure that's all I have for you today for this reading for group number 1. Thank you for watching. Comment below what you liked about it. Perhaps new perspectives that came out of this reading for you. And I hope to see you again. Okay, group number 2. Ooh. This holiday season into the new year, group number 2, this is your group. If you are thinking about endings this season, the closing of cycles, resolutions, things you're hoping to tie up the end of this year going into the new year. Endings. Group 2, you have the Lovers, Page of Swords, Six of Wands. Knight of Pentacles. I don't know if I'm going to keep that in there, but the Knight of Pentacles does talk about hard work. For some reason, it was hard to get that off the table there. The Hermit. Ace of Swords. And the Devil. So, starting off with the Lovers there and ending with the Devil, with two figures in chains, really seems like this is an emphasis on ending a relationship. Maybe ending a relationship to start a new one, even. With the Page of Swords, like even the direction that the cards are, this one's looking at the Lovers there, and the Page of Swords is about curiosity. Then with the Six of Wands, that's about victory, a success. And then you have the diligence and hard work with the Knight of Pentacles there. So the Lovers is obviously, you could take it literally, or it could also be partnerships. Then we have the Hermit, Ace of Swords, and the Devil. Now the Hermit, I like to think of that as introspection, with him holding the lantern like he is. It could be searching for the truth, searching for something. It could be isolation. And we have Ace of Swords, which that whole imagery there with the crown and everything kind of makes me think of Epiphany. And the Devil, so you have those chains there holding two people back. But that could also talk about addictions, or playfulness is associated with it, like passion, typically, with the Devil. Desire is the word I was looking for. That can go with passion, but really, there's positive and negatives when it comes to the Devil. It doesn't always mean a bad thing, like the Death card, but with the whole rest of the reading here, I want to say this Epiphany in the Ace of Swords comes from examining the negatives of the last relationship you were in, to move forward to a healthier relationship. Those chains really seem to stand out a lot to me in this reading. I'm thinking of controlling. So really it seems like you are focusing on the negatives of that last relationship for the purpose of avoiding them or learning from them for the next relationship. And now, with the main theme of your reading being death, being endings specifically, Um, you could be really reflecting on your victories and your hard work at the end of the season, going into the new year. You could be taking some time to yourself to really learn from everything that you've gone through this year. I did the beginning of this reading, the overarching theme was the holiday season. But really, you don't seem to be so focused on the season itself, more of just the fact that you're coming up on the end of this year, what that means to you heading into the next one. It looks like there's some celebration, so I mean, I think you'll be in the holiday spirit in one way or another. But that's not really the focus for you. I also want to say this could have nothing to do with a future relationship. This could be about you engaging in a relationship with someone because you're curious about them. It's going well with success here. And this could be, this hard work here could talk about you guys hitting a rough patch, you putting in the work, you reflecting on it, and realizing that perhaps it's holding you back in some way. That you've explored what there is there, and maybe, it'd be for the best to sever these chains and to enter into the new year on your own, without that person. Once again, with these chains, that word that I was trying to think of earlier, I'm thinking burden. That's another reason why I was wondering if maybe this is just about the past. Coming to the end of this year, you're reflecting on this relationship you've had, and you're thinking about going into the new year. There seems to be some burden you've had an epiphany about, that you're releasing yourself from, and that you are bringing an end to. So you are not bringing it into this new year. Huh. This the last group had these two cards. That's funny. Especially with it coming out on top of, these are similar in the idea that they can both be clarity, but this one seemed more like epiphany to me, and this one seems more like decisive now. That's also funny. This one's touching the victory card. These two cards have always been similar to me, just because it looks like they've won these two swords from the other people in the back. So that it seems kind of victorious. There are swords on the ground, though, so you kind of wonder. You win some, you lose some. But anyway, with the Page of Cups, the Queen of Swords, and the Five of Swords, I get the idea that you'll be pleasantly surprised. Wonder. This camera's not going to focus that well, but look, you got a fish in your cup. Looks pretty happy about that on this Page of Cups cards. I think you'll be pleasantly surprised about the clarity this decision will bring you going into the new year. I think you'll feel satisfied with your choice in these endings. Ultimately. Now, this isn't necessarily a card about victory like the Six of Wands is. It's also here, but this card, look at him. He looks pretty content with what he has. Sure, you might have invested some of yourself into this relationship, if that's what this ending is about. But it seems like you've also gained some things. You've gained some knowledge about yourself along the way, and then ultimately that's worth it. That's what I get from these three here. So now the new year itself. Let's see what the new year itself has in store for you. Ooh. Okay. So you have the Four of Cups, the Ten of Cups, the Ten of Wands, and Temperance. Yep. I feel like this spread below about the new year is talking about contemplation, about what your ideal happiness looks like, what your dreams look like moving forward, and the hard work and the give and take, the balance. Patience it will take to reach your new dreams. Yeah, you're kind of taking the Hermit energy into the new year, but it's transformed. I doubt it's the difference between the two, I would say, would be less isolation, less in your head, and more just kind of keeping it on the back burner while you're considering your values, your dreams, and again, what it's going to take to achieve them, while trying to maintain that give and take. I want to say work-life balance. That's always important these days, I think. But the patience, temperance can also be patience. All of that involved moving forward. But Ten of Wands really kind of gives me burden vibes. So don't let yourself get too caught up on what it might take to reach your dreams. It may not be as hard as you think. It may just take more patience and balance. It doesn't have to be so just all-encompassing. I think that'd be good to keep in mind into the new year. So if you enjoyed this reading, please comment below if it resonated with you, what parts, in what way. So, we could start a discussion. Let me know what you liked, what you'd like to see more of. If you have any specific topics you'd like me to do a reading on next, I'd love to see that in the comments. And of course, happy holidays. Group number 3, what are your holiday season messages? Oop, that was a terrible shuffle. Haha, it was off camera. Ooh. Ooh. Ooh, look at that. Ten of Cups is back. It was in the last reading too. Oh, this one was from the first reading. It's funny, you feel a little bit more relaxed, kind of playful with this group. Interesting. Let me know if that's a little bit of how your personality is, or how you're feeling during these holidays. Wow, okay. Nice. So group number 3, your theme for this holiday message is the world. Now this seems to be that you're looking for, or you have achieved, peace. With this reading here, peace seems to be the overall theme. So if that sounds like what you're looking for or how you're feeling, then this is your group. So you've got the Four of Cups. This was also in the last reading. The Ten of Cups, that was also in the last reading. That's so strange. I shuffled a million times. Ten of Cups. Two of Swords. This came out in the first reading. I only mentioned those in case you want to check those out. Maybe see how these cards come up in a different context. I always like tarot to be sort of not a brain teaser, but think about them as prompts for different perspectives. And the Queen of Pentacles. You have the Knight of Cups. Temperance, also in the last reading. And the Two of Pentacles. So in case you want to check out the other two readings, you have, was the Knight of Cups in the last one? No, that was a page. You have 3 cards from the last reading and 2 of the first reading. So it might be fun to check out how those cards were interpreted differently in those readings. It might just be fun to see, to think about, I should say, not really fun to see, but fun to think about being in other people's shoes, what other people are dealing with, what they're looking for this holiday season, where they're at. But let's get into your reading. So, now the Four of Cups, I typically think contemplation because he's sitting over by that tree, intently looking at those 3 cups. But I think it's important to note that there's this hand. Okay. There's this hand trying to give him another cup. And he doesn't seem to be paying any attention to it. He's still looking at these 3 down here. So there's this contemplation. 10 of Cups are your hopes and dreams, your greatest aspirations. Two of Swords can be indecision, with the blindfolded woman holding those 2 swords across her chest. It can be... I feel like that's also commenting on that cup that he doesn't see. Someone is trying to give to him. Or it's being delivered, or it's on his way. He's not seeing it. So I don't feel like the blindfolded woman and the 2 of Swords is emphasizing that. There's something that you're not seeing. And the Queen of Pentacles right next to that talks about financial security, financial stability. And that might tie into the 10 of Cups. Something that you're dreaming about, that you're aspiring to, that you're hoping for, relying on your financial security. I mean, that's often the case. I think all of us strive for financial stability. That could be part of your peace that you're seeking. Prosperity. That's the word I was looking for too. When it comes to your theme here with the world, peace is a big part of it. But I think in general, you're just looking to be prosperous. With the messages coming out about your wishes and financial security, you are looking to prosper. I'm thinking with this contemplation here, this cup being offered that you're not seeing, I think is contributing to the indecision and the stagnation here. To achieve that financial stability that you have been dreaming of. And just as this card commented on this card, it sort of emphasized that you're not seeing it. This one, I feel like, again, with the Knight of Cups bringing a cup, I feel like it is really important. There's something that has been offered to you or is an opportunity. Maybe you just haven't considered an opportunity, but there is something being delivered to you in some way that is significant moving forward in this holiday season, or even moving forward into the new year. With the Knight of Cups coming in and the emphasis on the cup being offered, or one that hasn't been considered, the Knight of Cups can talk about bringing in inspiration, bringing in creativity, and allowing your feelings in with the Temperance card and the Two of Pentacles to balance out this overthinking or this, maybe there's this rigid approach, this strictly logical path that you're trying to chart. Maybe these messages here are talking about trying to navigate the situation with your feelings rather than just your head, rather than what you think should happen next. Maybe being more in the moment and feeling your way through it is what's going to help take off that blindfold and help end that indecision. It seems like both of these cards are talking about balance. The give and take here is opposing that one. Seems like there are two forces here to balance out with the use of this cup coming in to achieve that peace this season, that prosperity. Yeah, a little. It seems like this can also be adaptation, the Two of Pentacles. Adapting to change. Maybe that is what the Knight of Cups is bringing in here. Something different, a new approach. Something out of the box. Something new. I think it's going to take a little something extra than what you're typically working with to navigate this situation. And next we have Five of Wands. The Star. And the Wheel of Fortune. It looks like you will struggle with this new cup coming in, this trying to find inspiration. Five of Wands is about conflict and struggle. But then we have the Star, which is hope, faith, and the Wheel of Fortune coming out really does seem like a good sign. Seems like your luck is turning. Fate could be at play here. Perhaps you were meant to go through this struggle, this back and forth, this balance between feeling and thinking, and adapting to using both, perhaps, to get you to that fortune you're seeking. Seems favorable, with hope being that central card. As you struggle through it, you'll definitely need to hang on to that hope that you're heading in the right direction and feeling your way through it to keep going in the right direction. And it seems like you'll get there. It seems like no matter what, you're going to struggle through it and you're going to get there. Now, these things have been on your mind through this holiday season. Let's look at specifically the new year. what to anticipate, what message might help you through the new year. Strength. Three of Swords. Six of Wands. And a Page of Swords. Interesting. With this spread into the new year, to me, it's looking like you're starting this new year stronger with the Strength card coming out. The strength and compassion that you've developed maybe through the holiday season has helped you overcome some hardship, some strife. Because the Six of Wands is a victorious card. Something you've overcome, you've conquered something. With the Page of Swords, kind of looking back on it all and reflecting, analyzing. And I think ready for what comes next, just looking for the next thing, just open and curious now is how you're going into that new year. After this, or perhaps after the new year itself has started, this is how you're starting off. You know, you got an obstacle to overcome, and you're looking to the next thing. The way that the Page of Swords is looking, it kind of makes me think that you're looking back on this victory. I don't want to say with surprise, but I think kind of, because there has been hints of struggle throughout this whole reading here. Hardship of some kind, definitely some strife, some more emotional upheaval here with Three of Swords, but you emerged victorious, despite maybe what you expected or what you feared. You're looking back on this victory, I think, to analyze or maybe reaffirm to yourself how you made it through. Perhaps these opportunities that came in, and working on listening to your intuition and your emotions. Perhaps it surprised you how much that helped you moving forward. And now you've overcome it, you're ready for the next thing. So sometime in the new year, you're closing things off, finishing the cycle. You are looking for your peace. You are getting peace and prepared for the next thing that comes your way. Well, that's all I have for you right now. Thank you for watching. Please let me know what parts of this reading, how much of it resonated with you, in what ways. Let me know what you liked, what maybe you would like to see. some topics that we can go over next. And happy holidays.